Okay, I think we're back. I'm not sure where we left off and what you saw last, but we're going to do our best. Again, we're having some technical difficulties. But let's come, wherever you are, let's come to tabletop pose. So the hands are beneath the shoulders, the knees are about beneath the wrists or the hips, sorry. And on an inhale, let's tilt the tailbone towards the ceiling and let the belly drop, and then let the chest drop, and then bring the head up a little bit. So we're in our cow pose, but we got there in a couple different segments. And then as you exhale, can you bring the chin towards the chest, push through the hands, arch the upper back. Now bring the low back into it. And finally, the tailbone towards the mat. And let's go the other way now. So as you inhale, you're going to tilt the tailbone, let the lower back fall, mid and upper back, and then bring the head up. Yeah, so follow your own pace here, but it's bringing the chin down or the head down, doming through the rib cage, and then climbing down the rest of the back all the way to the tailbone. And if that doesn't work for you, just go ahead with your normal cat and cow, where you're lengthening the front body on the inhale. And as you exhale, you're lengthening the back body. And wherever you are, let's instead of going for the deepest back bend ever, just look for a little more space. Look for a sensation as you go through the movements. And check in with the breath. And is the body leading the breath? Or breath the breath initiating the movement? That's what we'd like. Next time you come to neutral spine, let's bring the left shoulders towards the left hip. So we're taking a side bend, lengthening the right side body. Inhale back to center. And then as you exhale, you'll bring the right shoulders towards the right hips, lengthening the left side of the body. Sometimes we call this wagging the tail. You can follow your own breath here. And even if you want to freestyle a little bit, go for it. We'll spend a couple more, maybe a minute or so here, just taking time to find some more space in the spine and along the back. Just connecting to the sensation. All right, let's come back to neutral tabletop spine and can untuck the toes. Let's bring the hips to meet the heels or towards the heels. And if child's pose isn't comfortable for you, it's a couple different options. You can fold up a blanket or put a pillow between the heels and the bum just to give you a little more space. Or if you're like, no way, no how, child's pose is the worst, then you can come onto your back again and bring your knees in towards your chest. It's the same deal. But wherever you are, whatever child's pose you're in, can you let the body drop a little into the earth? Can you let the body sink? Come back to the points of connection, points of contact. What does it feel like to be supported by the earth? And then check back in with the breath. Can you breathe into the back body, expanding along the back ribs, and perhaps even into the side ribs? What does the rise of the breath feel like? What does the fall feel like? Okay. Now let's all come onto our hands and knees again. So we're in tabletop pose. Walk the hands out a little bit in front of you. You might need to walk the knees back too. We're going to come into puppy pose. So that's where the bum's in the air and the hands are extended out long. Ideally, the forehead touches something, whether that's the mat or you put a book down or a blanket or pillow. We just want the forehead to rest on something so that the neck can be soft. So this is puppy. You might come on to the finger pads, inviting a little more space in the armpits. And can you breathe all the way up into the armpits? All the way to the collarbones. And we'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. As you're ready, let's come just sit on our heels. And if that's not comfortable, it's okay. It's not supposed to be comfortable, but if again, this is a no way, no how, you can come onto your hands and bring a little bit of the weight up there. So wherever you can tolerate, we don't want to suffer, but we do want to spread the fascia in our feet. So for those of you that were concerned about the geese, Nala, my dog, did not get to the geese. She did swim really quickly after them. I was really surprised at how fast she could swim, especially for a dog that I thought hated swimming so much. The geese were okay. Nala was okay. She was very stinky. She was very in the moment and was not thinking about smelling like a wet dog afterwards. Now she smells like lavender. We washed her down. I'm trying to tell you a story so that you don't think so much about your feet. Although perhaps we should be thinking about our feet because that would be in the moment, that would be here. That would be what Nala would do. Okay. And let's come out of that. You might tap the tops of the feet into the mat a little bit. All right. And then let's come to a seat. One of my favorite teachers earlier this week reminded me how important the feet are and how much love we need to give them. So come to whatever's comfortable for you and bring one of the feet in and just give it a little rub. Be with the foot. Yeah, getting into the arches. One on the inside and the one on the outside of the foot. Getting into the balls of the feet and the toes. And notice if there's any storytelling that comes up in the mind. And if there is, not judging the storytelling. Sometimes we call that storyteller the ego. Um, and we don't want to shame the ego or make it feel silly. Just want to recognize when it's the ego that's talking. And let's get the heel too, maybe up the back of the ankle. The feet do so much for us. Maybe sending some loving thoughts and some thoughts of gratitude to the feet. They're doing so much for us. Okay. And then let's switch. So bring the other foot towards you and start giving that foot a little massage. Again, thinking about both the arches, the big one in the middle and the littler one on the outside. Think of all that they hold up. The balls of the feet. The toes. And then work your way down to the heel and ankle. Maybe even the front of the foot a little bit. Wherever feels good. You can always freestyle. Okay. Let's release that. And now we're going to come to a seat. You can stay facing whatever way you are. I'm just going to turn so you can see. Um, let's bring the feet together. So we're in a butterfly pose, and you can make it comfortable. If you want to put something under your hips, go for it. And it doesn't have to be super tight. The feet can be out a little ways. And let's rub down the inseam of the leg, creating a little bit of friction down the ankle onto the feet even. And come back to the breath as you're rubbing up and down. You're looking for a little bit of heat, a little bit of friction. And see if you can send the breath all the way down into the hips and down the legs. We're just increasing some circulation and inviting some sensation here. Maybe even rub the kneecaps all around the knees. Let's get the outside of the legs, outside of the thighs, and the outside of the shins, the calves, low leg. All right, and again, you can stay where you are, but bring that up to the sacrum. Just rubbing everything a little bit. Think of the hips and the low back. And then let's go ahead and rub circles on the belly. And really come back to the breath. And then let's come to a a rest. Let go of that effort. Okay. Let's bring the hands out in front of us. You can close the eyes here if that's comfortable, or um, relax the gaze. And then inhale, bring the hands away from each other. And as you exhale, you'll bring them closer, but not so close that they touch. And then follow the inhale out, follow the exhale in. Yeah, and stick with that for a bit, letting the breath guide the movement instead of the other way around. So it doesn't matter how fast or slowly the hands are moving, really just that they're moving with the breath. Again, it's the inhale that takes the hands further apart, the exhale that brings them closer together. And as you're going with that, you might bring the attention to the palms of the hands. What do the palms of the hands feel like? You might notice the temperature. You might notice energy. The hands feel energetic or polarized. And then you'll bring the hands apart on the inhale. And as you exhale, bring them close to each other and then hold them there. You can breathe through the next breath. We're just holding the hands in space here. The awareness is resting in the space between the palms or on the palms themselves. All right, let's shake that up. Huh. Let's come, and my camera angle might not be the best, so forgive me. But let's come to standing, however simple for you. And you'll stand on your mat wherever feels comfortable. Again, I apologize. You probably can't see my head here, but the head's not the point of this exercise, so that's fine. You might bring the feet a little closer together and bring the weight into the left foot. So make the left foot really heavy and the right foot really light, almost so light that it could come off. And if it does come off the ground, then perhaps you spin the knee out towards the right and make a little kickstand with your foot here. And if you've got another version of tree, go for it. You might slide the foot up the knee a bit, maybe even to the inside of the left thigh. Wherever you go, I just ask that the foot doesn't rest on the kneecap because we don't want that sideward pressure on the knee. And then you might bring your hands to your hips or heart center. And you can even bring them overhead. And where is center? Wherever you are, where is center? Where is the midline of the body? And what does the midline feel like? And how is the foot working with the rest of the body to keep you balanced? All these little movements taking place just to keep us still. Notice the breath. Notice how the breath moves the body. And let's release that. You can shake it out a bit. Awesome. And then we'll come on to the other side. So this time, the right foot plants into the earth, gets really heavy, and the left foot slowly rises up. The knee's going to come out to the side. Hands can be at the hips. And you can make a kickstand here. Hug the midline, bring everything to the center. And perhaps the foot rises up the knee a bit, maybe even to the inside of the thigh. You can give it a helping hand if you'd like. And perhaps the hands come to heart center, or even rise above head. You might find a steady point to gaze at, a focus point. And use the breath as an anchor. What is going on right here, right in this moment? What are the sensations like? What's the quality of breath? And can we observe without judgment the quality of mind? Right here with just one foot on the ground. All right, let's release that effort. Everything comes down and you can shake it out. Okay. So while we're here, let's take a couple breath of joy, and you join me when you're ready. It goes like this. I like to bend my knees a little bit, squat down, kind of bounce a bit. This is the last one. Okay. All right. And let's make some little fists with your hands. And we're just going to tap along the body. So tapping the back of the body as you sway the hips side to side. Tapping along some of the organs. You might climb up to tap the chest and the upper back. Maybe even the shoulders. Just bending down so you can see. Yeah, wherever feels nice for you. All right, and let's release that. Shake it out. And then we'll come back to the mat and lay down on your back. Have the knees bent and plant your feet. Bring the hands down by your side. First, just take a moment to land here. Resyncing the breath. And then on an inhale, push the feet into the ground to lift the hips. And then exhale, bring the hips down, climb the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Again, as you inhale, curl the hips and back up. Exhale, come back down. And follow your own breath. Again, letting the breath dictate when the body moves. Breath doesn't need to move with the body. We want the body to move with the breath. And take a few more breaths here. And then the next time you come up into bridge, let's hold it there. You might walk the shoulder blades a little closer together. Maybe even the hands grasp behind the back. You're going to telescope the chest towards the chin, but the chin is going away from the chest. You want to keep that um, cervical curve in the spine. And we'll be here for 3, 2, and a 1. Lift the heels, release the shoulders and hands, and slowly bring the spine down. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees go wide. Let's bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Can you feel the heartbeat? And if you can, is it on the inside or the outside that you feel it? And if you can't, can you let go of that?